bone just pops out. He goes, "Ah!" And he's screaming miserably in pain, chat. And he falls down, and he breaks his arm, and he concusses himself, and he can't see very good out of his right eye, chat. And this angers him so much. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
It's more than a nose. There's a whole baby attached to it. Better call my brothers. Wingo, Bingo, Tingo, Zingo.
We got to go ahead and get to this review, this scene by scene by scene breakdown, chat, of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, chat. We got to review this Rankin Bass feature. This is my second review of a Rankin Bass feature, chat. I previously did a review this past Saturday for The Year Without a Santa Claus, when good old Kris Kringle, good old Saint Nick, chat, you know, the fat man, he got sick because no one fucking believed him, no one loved him, chat, and he was fucking miserable. And he had to deal with the heat miser and snow miser and their constant bickering, and also the Dixie South, chat, and their racism. But thank God that was overcome, chat. It was overcome, and racism was eliminated, and everyone believed in Santa again. It had a very positive ending, chat. But now we don't know. That was one story, chat. That was one story about Santa Claus. But we don't know the origin of Santa Claus, chat. And that's why I'm here today, is to tell you that story, chat. How Santa Claus first came, when he first comes to town, chat. And here we go. We're starting out, chat, with veteran actor and voice actor, chat, Frank Astaire. Frank Astaire, he's a mailman, chat. And he's driving his goddamn car. And we also, while he's driving his car, he's got to deliver all these fucking letters from all these kids who want to ask Santa for toys. Not only toys, but also questions. They have questions for him, chat. And while he's driving down these icy roads, which are incredibly dangerous, chat, you know, back in the I guess this was 1970, probably made in 1969, chat. Probably took a year to make this movie. It's just, you know, stop motion. It was hard, chat. It was very, very hard. And they cut corners and things, trying to get this thing out as fast as possible. It was hard back in the day. And, you know, fucking Frank Astaire, he has that vehicle, and it has no fucking treads in the tires, chat. And so when you're going down an icy road, you just start fucking sliding in this thing. So every year, he's like, God damn it, I got to deliver these letters to the North Pole. Santa's a pain in my goddamn ass. Why don't he just get off his fat ass, fly with his fucking magic reindeer, or give me some of that magic kernel corn that the warlock fed to them so I can fucking fly? Why's my job gotta be so difficult? Anyway, chat, we get all this newsreel footage of all these sad children. You know, they have nothing to eat, chat. They're in the throes of a depression. You know, there's a gas shortage right now, chat. It's 1970. This is when Jimmy Carter was president. Good man, chat. Good man, good policies. But there was a massive gas shortage, and fucking prices were sky high. People were parked for miles just trying to get a couple of gallons of gasoline, chat. It was like Mad Max all over again. It was a rough time. It was a rough time. Actually, no. Richard Nixon was president. What the fuck am I talking about? It's Nixon. Not fucking Jimmy Carter. I'm getting messed up my history, chat. I've been drinking. But we have all this newsreel footage, chat. We have all this newsreel footage, and it's all of these kids who are hungry. But the one thing they want, is just Santa Claus to answer their letters, okay? And Frank Astaire, he stops the car. He's like the narrator of the thing. He's the mailman, chat. And he's like, you know what? Every year I do this. I do this on behalf of Santa Claus because he fills me with the fucking Christmas spirit. And I'm going to go creepy puppet mailman. He's got these blue eyes, chat. So many of these characters in this movie just have these giant blue eyes and just stare at you and they don't blink at all. It's just like, please blink. For the love of God, please blink. But he never blinks, chat. And he stops his car because he wants to go off the side of the goddamn road. And he takes out one of his mailbags. He takes out one of his mailbags. And he's like, every year, you know, these kids are always writing to Santa Claus, asking for presents. But most of the time, actually he says most of the time, they just have questions for Santa Claus. And he opens one of these, just opens the letters, chat. It's like, fuck him, man. He's not going to answer these anyway. He never answers them, chat. I'm going to tell you right now. He gets them. He's like, all right, got it. And then he throws it away. He's not answering any of these goddamn questions. But Frank Astaire, he opens one of the letters, chat. And he got this little girl. He had the narration given by the kids. Have the narration given by the kids, chat. It's like Santa Claus. It's all fucking terrible spelling, chat. The education system in the United States in 1970 was shit because all these letters are backwards. I don't know if they're dyslexic, these kids. I have no idea. The E's are all backwards, chat. Why are you doing backwards E's? What's wrong with you, kid? But he reads it anyway, chat, despite the misspellings and terrible penmanship of these little brats. And it's like, Dear Santa, why do you wear red? Dear Santa, how do your reindeer fly? Dear Santa, why are you so fucking fat? And Frank Astaire is like, with all these questions, that the Santa gets every year, and he's sick and tired of answering them. He does it all the time, multiple letters. But I'll give you the definitive origin story of good old Kris Kringle, of Santa Claus himself. And he goes into a whole musical number, Chad. He's dancing around, and all the fucking, animals are like, wow, Frank Astaire, you got a lovely voice. And he does have a lovely voice, Chad. He's very well spoken. He can carry a tune. And we're also Mickey Rooney. He's also playing Santa Claus again. Mickey Rooney, who famously played Santa Claus in The Year of Santa Claus, he returns to his role. So, Chad, these films are all connected. All right, there is a timeline. There is a sense of chronology to them, Chad. They're all canon. There's canon. So this one tells the story of Santa and his origins and stuff, how he led up to who he was. And then he has the whole story when everyone stopped believing him, chat, when the South was still incredibly racist. It was terrible. And still is racist. But in this world, chat, racism was cured, thankfully. It's a much better world, chat, where Santa was real. And, he's like, let's go in all the details. So you got Mickey Rooney as Santa, introduces some other characters, too. You got the Winter Warlock, chat. You got the Burgermeister, Meisterburger. He's in this, chat. You got Santa's main squeeze, his thick squeeze, chat, Jessica. A lot of characters cast in this film. But we open up, chat. We open up. Thank you, Darkslayer, for the 5 minutes. Take that, MCU. Before you. They did all the crossovers, chat. It was all fucking connected. I get it now. I get it. Thank you, Darkslayer, for the 5 minutes. But the film, woo,
Mr. Grinch, you really are a heel.
Thank you. Who is this individual? Oh, Deus, I see you. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Pleasure to have you here. Hubris Incarnate, 29. Hubris Incarnate, thank you for the following. My new Huckleberry and my new Grinch. We like Grinches here. Hope you're doing very well on this fine Wednesday evening. But, chat, we start out. And, with Frank Astaire doing the whole narration, he says, long ago, somewhere in the Great White North, chat, which it's Central Europe, so it's Germany. So apparently, chat, Santa Claus is German in origin, or could have been one of the German-occupied lands. We don't know. This could have been the Holy Roman Empire, for all I know, chat. Could have been Prussia. I'm not sure, chat. But there's a lot of German iconography here, chat. So I'm suspecting that it's set in Germany. Burgermeister sounds like a title given to a German official. That's all. And you got Lederhosen. They're wearing Lederhosen, Chad. Everyone's fucking miserable. But one of the soldiers, Chad, apparently of Somber Town, he finds a baby boy, a red-haired, blue-eyed baby boy on the steps, Chad, of the Meisterburger's residence, Chad. He takes this little baby boy and he brings it to the Burgermeister, Chad. The Burgermeister is a miserable, fat old man who is stuffing himself, who doesn't give a shit about the people of his town, shit, of his village. He's like, I don't give a damn. As long as I'm fat and happy and the rest of you fucks are quiet, then we're good. We're golden. And the soldier brings in this officer, I should say, Chad, this officer. He brings in this little baby, and he says, Burgermeister, Meisterburger, I found this baby on your front porch. And the Burgermeister is like, I don't like babies unless I can eat them. He's going to eat the baby. But so the soldier's like, we shouldn't eat babies. That's not going to be good for your re-election. He goes, you're right. Cannibalism is not high on the popularity chart. And he goes, well, is there anything on the baby that I could steal and keep for myself? And the soldier's like, well, the only thing I found on him was this letter. And the soldier reads the letter to the Burgermeister, and apparently he was dropped off by his mother. And the letter reads basically, I'm unable to care for my son. Please raise him as your own. Give him a loving and caring home so he may grow up to be an upstanding citizen of the fatherland. And, the Burgermeister reads this, and he's like, bah, I care nothing for this small child. Take him to the orphanage beyond the mountain where he shall be raised by the nuns. And the soldier is like, okay. But he also notices, chap, he has a dog tag on him, and it says Claus. It says Claus. It says Claus, Chad. He's like, take this Claus boy to the orphanage beyond the mountain. And so the soldier's like, all right. And so the soldier, he puts him in like a little sled, and it's terrible weather, Chad. It's the dead of winter in Central Europe, Chad, possibly Prussia or Germany. And he's going over the mountain, Chad. Now this is very dangerous. This is not the time to do this. The soldier should have thought better, Chad. This officer should have thought better, because who occupies the mountain peak of the Whispering Woodshed, the Whispering Mountain? The Winter Warlock, an evil man who casts snowy spells upon the citizens of Somber Town for his own gleeful amusement, Shed. He's a bad person, and he's concocting a nasty storm tonight. And apparently, chat, the storm was so nasty that the officer, he accidentally lets go of the sleigh, chat. He had no intention to let go of this sleigh, and he freezes to death trying to find this baby, chat. This poor officer, he just wanted to make sure that this Claus, this baby boy, was taken to the orphanage to be raised by the nuns, chat, got there safely, and he died. He died, chat, trying to do it. And it's a very sad situation. And the sleigh chip, the baby Santa Claus, he ends up in this clearing, in the middle of this forest, in this clearing. And all the animals, they're like, we like this fucking kid, and we want to protect him, especially from the Winter Warlock. They don't want the Winter Warlock to get his Schmeagol hands on him, or none of them sweaty, icy Schmeagol hands. And so they bury the child, Chet. They bury the child with sticks and brush, and they put a dead carcass on there to mask his scent, because the Winter Warlock, Chet, he could smell a baby. He uses it for the baby juice that he desires so desperately, Chet, for his magic spells. And they put the rotting carcass on the baby. And the Winter Warlock, he passes by, and he does not smell the baby. And he continues on his path, chat. While the animals, they're like, well, shit, we got this kid. And they take the animal carcass off him, chat. And we have to take him to the only place that we know. And they go to the home of the elves, chat, to the Kringle elves. And they bring him there. And they leave him there, and they wait until the Kringles come out, and we're introduced to Dingle Kringle, chat. And it's a little elf guy. He's like, oh, it's a baby. He's so adorable. Come out. And he has all these other brothers, and they all come out, chat. And they got Zingle and Bingle and Tingle, and they all have Ingles in their names. Ingle Kringles, chat's who they are. And they have this baby, and they bring it to their mother, chat. You know, Mama Kringle. Mama Kringle, she sees this baby, and she's like, oh, he's beautiful. We shall care for him. We shall care for him for all time. I don't know if this film is an allegory for the Holocaust, chat, but it's interesting. Because when the Kringles, they find his little dog tag, they find it says Claus, and they say like, oh, this boy is very special, but we must hide his identity from other people because he seems to have gone through quite the adventure. I'm not sure, someone might try to hurt him. So they change his name to Kringle, chat. And I'm thinking it's because they want to keep him secret so no one comes to hurt him or something like that. I think it's an allegory for the Holocaust. And so they raise him, chat. They raise him, and they take care of him. And they teach him math and how to read. And it'll also be the Moses story. This could be the Moses story too, Austin. I see that. Teach him how to read and everything, chat, and he becomes a little upstanding young man, chat. But also, he learns the profession of the Kringles, chat. They are toy makers, famous for their toys. But sadly, because they live on the other side of the mountain, chat, which is on the opposite side of that, is Somber Town. And they can't bring their toys over to the children of Somber Town, chat, because of the Winter Warlock. It's too difficult for them. They can't do it, or he'll fucking murder them, chat, and he'll put them in their juicer, and then it'll be terrible. He'll mix them in their potions and incantations. Human sacrifice, chat, human sacrifice. And so at this point, they're like, oh, we don't know what to do. But they teach little Kringle. So what it was his real name? Claus. We just know his name was Claus. That's it. They don't know if that was his first name or his last name. But on his little thing, on his necklace, dog tags or something, if you will, Joseph says Claus. But they give him the name of Kris Kringle. So that's his adopted name almost. They changed it to protect his identity somehow, either from the Burgermeister or possibly for the Winter Warlock. But they teach them how to make toys, and they're expert toy makers. But all these toys just stack up. They have nowhere to do it. They have know what to do with them. It's their profession. And Mama Kringle, she tells Chris about how they used to be the greatest toy makers in all of Germany, all of Deutschland, and how they worked for the king. But the king eventually fell old and sickly, and his power was taken over by the Meisterchef, particularly the Burgermeister of the Meisterburgers. And so they lost power, and they were exiled, and this is where they reside now. And, Chris Kringle goes, well, when I grow older, I will take these toys to Somber Town and make sure all the kids have something to play with, because that's what they need. That's to spread happiness and joy. And not only that, chap, but apparently Chris Kringle, he's such a great guy that he befriends all the magical creatures in the forest, chat. The deer teach him how to jump. The squirrels teach him how to climb. The seals teach him how to laugh. And apparently seals goes ho, 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 which I didn't know seals go ho, ho, ho. You go arf, arf, arf. And maybe Santa, maybe he's a little deaf and he can't understand what they're saying, so he says ho, ho, ho. So you learn how he laughs as well. That's how that goes. And so eventually he turns into a strong young man, a strong young lad. He's like 18 or something. He's 18, and he finally wants to go on his quest to deliver toys to Somber Town, chat. And he's hugging all of his brothers goodbye. He's going on this quest. And I like Mama Kringle. She raised him right. She's a good mama. And she provides him, chat, with the clothes that he'll need to make it over the mountain, chat, in case he comes across the Winter Warlock and his deadly ice magic. Basically, I realize the Ice King from Adventure Time is heavily inspired by the Winter Warlock. There's no question. From the design and their origins, that's pretty much it. It's fucking crazy. It's interesting. It's like, they share a lot of similarities. But Mama Kringle, she makes the famous outfit, chat, the red outfit with the white trim, which is the hallmark clothes, chat, of the Kringle family. And she makes his own suit, and she's crying, and she's wishing her girl. She might be sending off her son to die, chat, her adopted son to die, because it's very dangerous, chat. But he says he wants to do this. He wants to bring happiness to the children of Somber Town. He wants these kids to feel the same. It's a good moment, chat. He said he wants to bring the same happiness that the Kringles and Mama Kringle gave him. And she's like, oh, and she hugs him, chat, and she cries over him because he had a good life, chat. Thankfully, even though the Burgermeister was a piece of shit and sent him off to the orphanage, chat, basically to live in misery with the nuns, his mama's wish did come true, chat, his original mama, his birth mama, that he would be raised in a loving home because he became a loving, caring person, chat. And so he goes off on his quest, chat. He's got a big fucking sack of toys, and he heads across the mountain, chat. But it's still very dangerous because the Winter Warlock is still running amok, chat. He's still terrorizing the countryside. And apparently, Chris Kringle at this point, he's not called Santa right now, he almost comes across the Winter Warlock, chat, but this one individual is trying to escape the Winter Warlock's wrath, chat, and it's a penguin. And, Chris Kringle takes a fancy to him. He's like, you know what I'm going to call you? I'm going to call you Topper for some reason. I don't know why. And it's this little penguin that has a scarf. And apparently, Chris Kringle can understand every single fucking word this penguin says. And the penguin apparently is very good at breaking into people's homes, chat. He's a burglar. And he's teaching, now Santa, instead of going through the doors, go through the chimney, man. Go through the windows. Don't go through the ordinary means. I don't know how this penguin knows everything, but in terms of how Santa operates, it all came from this penguin that Chris Kringle has named Topper. Weird. Very fucking weird, chat. He's 18. Oh, he's super 8. Oh, yeah. He is so horny. No question, but you grab. He'll meet someone. He's like, ho, ho to you. But while he's making his journey, chat, he escapes the Winter Warlock, thankfully, who tries to kill him, chat, tries to cast an ice spell on him. But him and Topper, they manage to get off the mountain, chat, and they're heading to Somber Town. Meanwhile, we cut to the Burgermeister Meisterburger, chat, and he is looking upon the town. He's walking out of his grand manor, chat, but oh no! He steps on a toy that is on his landing, chat, that is on his staircase, and he horrifically, chat, breaks his ankle. The bone just pops out. He goes, ah! And he's screaming miserably in pain, chat, and he falls down, and he breaks his arm, and he concusses himself, and he can't see very good out of his right eye, chat. And this angers him so much. The officers, chat, this one particular officer, his lieutenant, he's like, why have I been cursed with such misery? It's because you're a bad person. It's karma, motherfucker. It's karma. Thank you, Doctor, for the 5 biddies. I want to see Topper as a special forces soldier. That's what I'm saying, man. Clearly he was. Clearly. That's how does he know all these things? How does he know how to break and entering so goddamn well? He's a penguin. Something nefarious afoot. But one of these lieutenants, he says, well, sir, you stepped on a toy. And he's like, a toy? A toy? A toy! And he's not happy. They will be banned in all of Germany and Prussia for the future. And he's going off, Jay. He's speaking German and stuff. It's like, this is very scary. And so all the toys, Chad, all toys of any kind, chat, including dollies and sailboats and nutcrackers and anything that's fun is banned for all time from the town of Sombertown. And all the kids are just so sad about this. Like, oh my God, this is terrible. And all they do, chat, all day, they go to school and they do chores. What a miserable fucking existence. Thanks for with the 3 minutes. They're taught him these skills. That's what it was, yeah. I hate toys, as he once said, chat. I hate the toys. I hate the Juden. And it's like, oh shit, oh no, Burgermeister, no. It's terrible, Chad. It's terrible. Chris, he doesn't know about this going on. He's like, I just want to bring toys. And he walks into the town, chat, and you could tell that, all the people are like, you do not belong here. We do not like your outfit. We do not like your religious practices. You are verboten. You must leave. And he's just like, I'm just here to have fun and deliver toys to the kids. Because he's dressed up in all red shit. He's got the white fringe and all that shit. All these people are wearing black, brown, and gray. Just miserable looking people, chat. And they're like, yeah, be gone, foul man. Like, they just don't like him, chat. It's an allegory. I told you, it's an allegory. And eventually, though, he comes upon these children. And he sees these children, they're just fucking miserable. They're just like, they're fucking washing their stockings. They're washing their stockings, chat, making sure they're a nice gray color. Nice gray color, black, possibly. Also brown. That's just it. That's a color scheme for this town. And, Kris Kringle comes up to him and he goes, what are you guys doing? And he's like, we're just doing our chores. He's like, well, after your chores, aren't you going to have some fun later on and play with your toys? And the kids are like, fucking toys are banned, man. Kris Kringle was like, hey, the toys are banned? What do you mean? They've been made illegal by the Burgermeister Meisterburger. And Kris Kringle cannot believe this. And he goes, that's horrible. That's horrible. And the kids, they're like, it is horrible. Oh, they start crying, Chad, and they start crying. Santa's like, whoa. Oh, no, listen, don't cry. And they're like, why? Our life is miserable. He's like, don't pout. He's like, why? Listen, I'm telling you. He's like, you better watch out, and you better not cry. And you better not pout. And they're like, why? And I love this chat because Mickey Rooney, he's a little crazy. And he goes, because I'm telling you why. He's like, They all kind of freak out. And he says, I'm sorry I yelled. I'm a little excited. But I'm telling you why. Because I'm coming to town to bring you toys. And he gives all of these kids these toys, Chet. He gives them a goddamn boat. Gives them a goddamn choo-choo train. And they're like, oh, this is fun. Thank you, Mr. Kringle. But then, Chet, who comes up to spoil the fun? Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica comes on over, chat, and she's the school teacher for Sombertown. And she says, excuse me, sir, excuse me. I'm sorry, but she's the first Karen, chat. She's the first Karen. She's like, excuse me, can I speak to your manager, Mr. Kringle? I am my own manager, ma'am. And she's like, toys are outlawed. Toys are outlawed in Sombertown. They're illegal. And you're dressed ridiculously. And, Kris Kringle sees her and goes, oh my God, your bosom is so big. Because chat, Rankin Bass, they like, even Mama Kringle, chat, she's got the bazungas. And Jessica, she got a big old butt. And she's got the big old bazungas. And Kris Kringle's just looking at them the whole time. He is not making eye contact. He does not care. He's just like, yeah. Well, why are toys illegal? That's a silly rule. And she goes, it's not silly. He goes, it is. What's the reason? And Jessica's like, well, they distract people from doing their jobs and from, doing chores. And, well, anyway, you should leave. And Kris Kringle's like, how about this? And he reaches into his bag, chat, and he presents a little doll to her, chat, a little doll. And Jessica takes this doll, and she becomes enamored with it, chat, because she never grew up with any toys. She never had any toys growing up, chat. And it warms her icy Karen heart, chat. And the Karen facade fades away, and she sees Kris Kringle for the kind man that he is. And she's like, oh, well, thank you, Kris. This is so kind of you. He's like, don't you worry about it. You can give me a little favor later. Santa Claus is coming to town. That's what it means, chat. That's what it means. It's all connected. I see what you're doing, Rankin Bass. And all the kids are celebrating and shit. They're all very happy, chat. They all finish their chores, and then they play with their toys. But then the Burgermeister, chat, he's all fucking deformed now because when he fell down the steps, chat, and he busted, he's severely concussed himself. His head has become engorged, chat. It's filled with a bunch of fluid on one side. He does not look good now. He does not look good. But he's being carried throughout town. He sees all these fucking kids playing with these goddamn toys, and he hates it. He hates it so much, chat. And he says, round up all the toys, round up all the toys. And he gets kids, he's like, who told you? Who is giving you these toys? And they go, Kris Kringle gave us these toys. He's like, Kris Kringle is verboten. He is denied entry into Summertown. And he fucking starts a bonfire, chat. And he starts burning all these toys. He just starts burning them all in a big, massive pile. And they chase. And they try to arrest the children until Kris Kringle says, wait, don't arrest them, okay? It's not their fault. I'm the one that gave them the toys. And he's like, you are the one who gave them the toys. Kill him. And all the guards try to kill fucking Kris Kringle, chat. But thankfully, he's been trained. He's been trained by SEAL Team 6, literally, chat, literally by the animals, and where he's able to scurry up a tree like a squirrel, able to leap across buildings like a reindeer, chat, and able to laugh and ho like a seal, chat, and also slap heads like that and severely concusses them, and so they don't know what the fuck's going on, and he punches them in the face, and he runs out of town, chat, he runs out of town. But the Burgermeister's not concerned because the Winter Warlock, even if I couldn't kill him, the Winter Warlock will, wherever he goes, Winter Warlock will find him. And so Kris Kringle, along with Topper, he's still in the movie, they try to go back home to get more toys and also to visit with his mama and his brothers, chat. But oh no, he runs across the Winter Warlock, who uses his hentai trees from the Evil Dead, chat. The Evil Dead trees, they come back and they wrap up Kris Kringle, and he cannot escape. And thank you, Darkseid for the 5 biddies. Dictators never learn. There's a fine line before the people revolt and fight for the freedom. It's true. We're going to see it in this movie. It's going to happen, Darkseid. It's going to happen. Kris Kringle sees Jessica, it's just, and I jizzed in my pants. Oh, thank you, Darkseid, for the 5 biddies. But good old, Kris Kringle, he sees the Winter Warlock, and he doesn't see an evil man. He doesn't see an evil man. He sees someone who's hurting. He sees someone who's hurting, chat. And he produces his sack, and he presents a gift to him before, like, the hentai trees constrict his body. And the Winter Warlock's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, it's a boat. It's a boat. Oh, no, it's a train. It's a train. He gives him the train. He's like, I've never been given a toy before. And he's just like, oh, my God. And chat, he's filled with the warmth and joy and the trees. And, Kris Kringle is like, well, I'm just, I want to help you, man. I want to help you. I mean, you seem to be all alone up here. And, are you doing okay? He's like, I'm not doing okay. I'm not feeling good. Trees, stop doing the thing you're doing. And they're like, oh, shit, okay, fine. And Kris Kringle's like, listen, the change is possible. I know you seem to be going through a rough thing, but you can always change yourself for the better. And the Winter Warlock's like, no, I can't change. I have evil in my heart. My icy facade must be maintained. And it's like, no, man, change is as simple as putting one foot in front of the other. I love this song, Chad. It's so good. Sing the song, please. Want me to sing the song, Chad? I didn't prepare it. I didn't prepare the song, but I'll sing it. Thank you, T-Mac, for the 5 biddies. All right, I'll get the... Okay. Put one foot. Here we go. Let's try it, chat. Put one foot in front of the other. I'm going to try. I don't know them by heart. I don't know the lyrics by heart, chat, but I'll try. All right, put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. You never will get where you're going if you never get up your feet. Come on, there's a good tailwind blowing. At fast walking, man is hard to beat. Thank you, Alex Bernal. Thank you. Mr. Herman, I beg of you. Thank you, Alex Bernal, for resubscribing to do the song. I'm doing it, chat. If you want to change your direction, if you're... Oh, God, I can't do the song. Thank you. The Armored Saint. It's been a hot minute, Armored Saint. Thank you for resubscribing. Thank you so much. Oh, it's been so long since I've sang this song, chat. Oh, man. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Armored Saiyan, thank you for resubscribing. And for getting the sub to Cartoon Gabe. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for resubscribing. Hope you guys are doing very well tonight. Let's see. I can only do like the end lyrics. That's the only one I really know, chat. You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. There you go. those are the lyrics I know best, chat. Oh no, I exited all my tabs. Oh no, my tabs. All my tabs have been exited out. Oh Lord. Oh God, no. Uh-oh. Hold on, there we go. Exit out all my tabs, chat. My apologies. But that'll do. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know the songs of this movie by heart like I do something like Nightmare Before Christmas or A Year Without Santa Claus, but I do know some of that. But thank you. Hope you enjoyed that brief rendition, chat, of put one foot in front of the other. But this warms the heart of the Winter Warlock, chat, and he agrees to help the Kringles, chat. He agrees to help them. He's just like, the mountain will be easily passable now. And he goes with Kris Kringle back to the Kringle residence, the home of the elves. And when they introduce, and he says, listen, I'll use my magic to help you get through here and help you deliver the toys to Somber Town, anywhere else you want to go, as long as you occasionally give me a toy. And they are in agreement. They're in agreement. And they moved the Kringle residence because they were afraid, chat, that the Meisterburger's forces are going to come there and try to kill them, chat. And so they moved the location to a safe place where the Winter Warlock once resided, chat. But now, because all the children of Somber Town, chat, they all know of good old Kris Kringle, that they are also asking for toys because the Burgermeister keeps burning them. He keeps burning them. This movie's actually on Daily Motion for free, Alex Bernal. It's available. That's how I watched it, for free on Daily Motion. But he keeps burning everything. And so at this point, he's like, well, the only way they can, I can get more toys is I know what they want. So they send him all these letters to his new address, chat. And all the elves, the Kringles, and the Winter Warlock, they help make all these toys, chat. And eventually, Santa, he goes back to town. Like every time the Burgermeister burns the toys, he goes back in there and delivers more. And it drives the Burgermeister crazy to the point where he's just like, fuck it. No, I don't want him going into any goddamn house anymore, okay? There is a curfew. Curfew has been put in place. All doors and windows must be locked, chat. And, Kris Kringle, he can no longer get into any of these places at this point. He's like, shit, how am I supposed to get in there? And Topper, who apparently, Chad, is a master of robbery and burglarizing places, he says, just go through the fucking chimneys, motherfucker. And he goes, oh my God, Topper, that's brilliant. And so Kris Kringle, Chad, he leaped using his abilities, Chad, taught by the reindeer. It leaps from house to house, delivering all these presents for children, Chad, particularly all the sick kids. There's a brief subplot about this one girl. I forget her name, named Sally. And she's dying, chat. She got polio or something. And she just wanted a little Noah's Ark. She just wanted a Noah's Ark, chat. And he gives that to her. And she dies. She dies happy, chat. She dies happy knowing she got the toy she always wanted, chat. And Santa's just like, oh my God, I'm so sad. And he makes it his quest. He makes it as his quest to deliver toys to Sommertown and all the neighboring towns in Prussia, possibly Germany, chat. And he does this, chat. But Burgermeister is like, I will name him an outlaw for what he is doing. And I want him either dead or alive. He wants to kill Kris Kringle for delivering toys, chat. They brand him an outlaw. And Jessica, at this point, she's just like, oh my God. I've been part of a horrible system. And she wants to help the kids. She's been helping the kids, chat. She's been keeping the toys stored in her schoolhouse. And so the kids can keep them there and then play with them at recess and stuff like that. And she's like, I want to help him more now than ever. And she realizes, chat, oh my God, I'm falling in love with this man. He's shown me such kindness, and I'm seeing, and he's got, he's just so goddamn good. And yeah, he stares at my boobs a lot, but I mean, I got big boobs. I can't help it. And she goes to him, chat. She goes to him to warn him that he's been branded an outlaw by the Meisterburger. But he's like, listen, I got to keep doing this, okay? I mean, I want to bring happiness to these children and to these families. And literally, like the Burgermeister, chat, he's going from door to door. I'm sorry, but this is an allegory for the Holocaust. Going from door to door, chat, looking for toys. Where are you keeping your toys? Are you keeping them below your floorboards or at the attic? Take us up there. And it's like, oh my God. But little did they know, Kris Kringle, he's trying to outsmart him because at this point he's like, I'm going to use the stockings that they normally wear on their feet, these very thick socks. I'm going to hide all my little toys and knickknacks in there for the kids. So they just hang them up there to dry in the fireplace. But in reality, all the toys are kept there in plain fucking view. And this infuriates the Burgermeister chat, the Meister Burgers. He's like, fuck it, I just want to get him. And so at this point, he's like, no, we're going to go to he finds out where their secret location is, Chet. You know that the Winter Warlock is not as powerful and evil as he once was. And so he sends his forces, Chet. He performs a fucking blitzkrieg. He performs a blitzkrieg, Chat, on Santa Claus. Okay? He performs a blitzkrieg to attack and round up his family, Chat, the Kringles. And he promptly puts them in a jail, Chat, along with the Winter Warlock. And at this point, Santa's like, oh my God, my family! And Jessica, she knows about this, and she wants to help. She heard about all this crazy shit, and she goes to the Winter Warlock, who's been imprisoned, along with the Kringle chat, Mama Kringle. You know, she's dying, chat. She's old. She can't be here much longer. And also Kris Kringle, who's sad because his mother's dying in prison. It's a horrible situation, chat. And you know, Jessica, she goes to the Winter Warlock, and she's asking, "Can you use your magic to escape?" He's like, "I'm not as powerful as I once was. I don't have it in me. I don't have the icy heart that I have always had." She says, "Do you have anything that could help us?" And he's looking at all this stuff. He's like, well, the only thing I have is these magic corn kernels. And the only thing they can do is make reindeer fly. She's like, that's what we fucking need. That's our fucking escape route. Okay, Topper's been killed, Chet. He did an escape attempt. He's been murdered. It was terrible. He got caught in the barbed wire and they shot him. They shot him and they beat him to death. It was horrible. And so she takes the corn kernels, chat, and she goes to the reindeer, who are, you know, always were very close friends for Kris Kringle, chat. They saved him as a baby. And so she feeds them then, and they get the ability to fly. And they go to the jail cell, and fucking Jessica breaks them out, and they go on the reindeer, and each one, they fly over. And the Burgermeister's like, damn you, Kris Kringle! I'll kill any Kringle who sets foot upon German soil! And at this point, you know, Kris Kringle realizes, like, shit. I can't have the name Kris Kringle anymore. He realizes, like, I this name I've always had, I can't have it. And so his mama, who's on her death's bed, goes to him and says, that's the name of our people, but you had another name. You had another name. And he says, what was my name, Mama? Your name was Claus. Your name was Claus. And he realizes, Claus, that's my real name. That's my birth name. Yes. And he somehow takes the name of Santa Claus. I don't know how he got Santa, chat. They never say how he got Santa, but they say, yeah, I'm Santa Claus now. It's like, okay. I get Claus. Why didn't you call him Santa Claus? It would make sense to say your name is Santa Claus instead of just Claus. But he just like, my first name is Santa. And he realizes that he too is in love with Jessica, chat. She showed her love by rescuing his family in the Winter Warlock. And when I say he's part of the family, chat, you know, they had a burial for Topper, who tried to escape and to help them, but he passed on all of his knowledge and abilities to Santa, chat. And it's like, you get those goddamn German bastards. And he goes, Krauts! And he's like, I will, man, I will. But the Burgermeisters, I'm gonna help the children of Germany at the very least. And so Santa and Jessica, they get married, Chet. They get married, and she accepts his name, Santa Claus, and she becomes Mrs. Claus. She's Mrs. Claus, Chet. I was like, oh my God, the big fucking reveal the whole time. Jessica's Mrs. Claus. And so at this point, they're like, okay, well, we can't stay here because the Burgermeister's force is always going to come for us. And so they continue north, Chet, until they come to the North Pole. And they realize this is where we will build our toy factory. This is where we'll build our castle. And we'll live here and spread joy all across the world. And the years go by, Chet, the years go by. Fucking Kris Kringle and Mrs. Claus get really fucking morbidly obese. I mean, you're in the winter, Chat. You can't do much. You're just always huddled up there. So you just eat and just stuffing yourself. And they both get very fat. I mean, maybe they're into that shit. I don't know. Maybe it's like a feeder relationship. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're not kink shaming, Chat. We're not kink shaming on this stream. But the years go by, and people hear about the legendary Santa Claus, chat, how he goes around the world, hitches up his magic reindeer, chat, with his sleigh filled of toys and goes to house delivering presents, goes to the chimney, delivers presents to all. And they send him letters, chat. They send him letters, letter after letter. And eventually, even the people in Sombertown, chat, which, you know, despite, you know, the laws of the Burgermeister, chat, of, you know, the Meisterburger, they would always get toys every year. And eventually, chat, the Burgermeister, he died. And that all of his family died, chat, and they were long forgotten. And they tore down the flags of the Burgermeister, chat, and they reclaimed their heritage and their love for their favorite son, Santa Claus, chat. And they hold his portrait in the main hall of the former residence of the Burgermeister, chat, because that's the hero of their town. That's the hero of Somber Town. And Somber Town's not very somber anymore, chat. They have the holiday spirit. And we eventually, chat, we cut back to Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus many years later, decades later, chat. They're both quite old. They're both quite old. And Santa, he realizes it's like because of all these people sending him all these lists and questions and letters, he realizes I can't do this. He used to do it all the time. I go all the time, chat, but he's gotten older. I can only do this one day a year. What day of the year should I do this on? Apparently, chat, it's on the holiest day of the entire year, or the eve of it. Christmas Eve, where he goes every Christmas Eve to deliver presents to all the children of the year, no matter what their religious denomination or culture is, chat. Everyone should be able to feel the holiday spirit and to feel the joy of a toy that helps them grow into the people they are destined to be. And he does this for the rest of his life, and he imbues him with immortality. That's his gift, chat. He's immortal, could be his curse, but him and Mrs. Claus and his family, chat, thankfully, Mama Kringle, she lived, chat, she's alive, and they all live in perpetuity, chat, in North Pole delivering presents. And they all honor Topper every year, chat, the man who helped Santa Claus be who he was. They honor him, and they bless him for what he did, chat, despite being murdered by the Burgermeisters. And that, chat, we cut back to fucking Frank Astaire, who reads all these letters and realizes that is the story of Santa Claus. And all the kids are fucking horrified. They're like, oh my God, they can't believe it. They just like, wow, I guess we should appreciate Santa. It's like Frank Astaire's like, yeah, you fucking should. And that, chat, that is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That is my review. Dark Slayer wiped them from the record books. They did. Exactly. They got rid of the Burgermeisters. Should have picked 420. That would have been funny. Santa's smoking the devil's lettuce. House of his glaucoma. Better than sex. Thank you, T-Mac, for the 5 minutes. I would give this, I mean, it's a holiday classic. Yeah, there's a lot of great songs in here. Animation's fun. Voice acting's pretty good. It's a solid full price, yes, solid full price. That acid trip of a song that just sings in the middle of the movie. Oh, that's right, yeah, it's fucking weird, her song. What about the part when Santa sold to Coca-Cola? Yeah. Sadly, we did not get to that part of the movie. They cut that out. Sorry, maybe great review. Thank you. I forgot to ask you guys. I'm sorry. I usually open up these by asking you a question. How many of you have ever seen this movie? My apologies, chat. I can't believe I forgot to ask you that. I realized, like, wait a minute. I think I forgot to do something. How many of you have seen this film? I'll retroactively put this in the beginning, chat. Ooh, Jonathan 100 Days is Frank Astaire's relative? Yes. Oh, I said his name wrong. Damn it. Yes. Yeah, it's his relative, exactly. I mean, Fred Astaire. You know who he fucking is. But anyway, I might have, I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time. Dark Slayer, been years since I saw it. Harbor One, of course. DeGollers watch it every December, so we got some people who have watched it. Some people haven't watched it in a long time. It has been a long time since I watched this film, chat, but it was one of the ones I watched especially as a little kid. Year of Santa Claus and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all those. Oscar have, but not in a long time. They saw him every year. T-Mac, I've seen it like 50 times. This special is always good. It's my favorite holiday movie, Lethal Weapon. Wow, there you go. Admin might have seen it. T-Mac, almost. Oh, gotcha. Almost as good. I understand. Yeah. Wait, Fox, I don't think I've ever seen it. Christmas short, Little German Boy. I saw, Little German Boy. That's another Rankin Bass production. They did a lot of these back in the day. When we do this is the year, or excuse me, not the year. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Bad shoes, the 10 minutes. Thank you. First time in a long time. Jerk Voice. Gotcha. Very good. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. It was a fun one, chat. I may have embellished a few details, but hey, chat, we got to the goddamn point. We got to the point of the story, chat. Santa Claus, he's spreading joy across the world, and that's what matters. Chat. Did you do the commentary for it? I did. It is not uploaded yet on my Patreon, but it will be probably tomorrow. So tune in for tomorrow, chat. Check out my Patreon then, where I'll have the commentary uploaded for you, the Santa Claus Coming to Town. That still should be available. I put Gremlins up there. Gremlins took a long time to export, so it'll be up there eventually. How about one? Rudolph, Frosty, Santa Claus, and Rudolph Santa Claus are the big four of the Rankin Bass. Yeah, very big. So they did do original Frosty in the 2D animation. Okay, I'm always just seeing them doing that stop motion. And everyone, how about that Daredevil news? So is that confirmed? Is Charlie Cox talking about his Daredevil? That's crazy. Wow, ridiculous. But good to see him, Xavier. Yeah, just to finish my review for Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And I'm just going to take a brief break. I'm going to take a brief break. I'm going to refill my beverages here. And then I'll come back and do my review chat, my scene by scene breakdown of Batman Beyond Chat, Episode 1, Rebirth, Part 1. Stick around.